Hi boys and girls, welcome back to Writer's Workshop. And today we are talking about personification. And just like you learned yesterday, personification is when you give an animal or object qualities or abilities that only a human can have. So I want you to think about something. Have you ever watched the movie Cars? Raise your hand, if you have watched the movie Cars, one of my top favorite Disney movies, Cars. Well, I want you to think for a second. What are some of the things the cars were able to do in that movie? They were able to talk. They were able to think. They were able to sleep. They were able to eat. They were able to do all of these things that humans do that cars usually don't do, right? So that is a form of personification in a way, right? Giving real human characteristics to things that usually, or that to things that don't have those characteristics and cannot do it, right? So in poetry, we use personification to describe something, to like bring an object to life in a human way, and usually to describe an action that they're doing. So today we're gonna read a poem, a personification poem called School. And I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the personification that's in the poem and why the author of that poem chose to use it in the way they did, okay? So the poem is titled School. The bell says, "Come in, come in." Open doors say, "Welcome back." Classrooms working, pencils ready to write, cafeteria humming. Feet getting ready to play. Bells ringing, telling children it's time to go home. So the first personification that we see is the first sentence. The bell says, "Come in, come in." Can bells talk? Raise your hand if you think bells can talk. Raise your hand if you think bells can't talk. Well, bells cannot physically talk, but when the bell rings in the morning, so at 8:10 in PS 139, the bell rings and that bell starts the day. And at 2:30 or at 2:25, the bell always rings, right? And that means that it's the end of the day. So it's like saying the first bell says, "Come in." It's basically saying, "Come, come, it's time to start school." And the second bell is saying, "Time to go home." But it's not physically saying that, but the author they personified the bell to have a human-like characteristic. What was the human-like characteristic? It was talking, it was saying, right? And so the next personification that we see is open doors say welcome back. That's another thing that they're doing. They're doing the same thing with the bell, right? Open doors are saying something. Can doors talk? No, they can't, but that's what personification does. It brings to life, it gives human-like characteristics to objects that normally wouldn't be able to do those things. And then another personification that I see in the poems, it says cafeteria humming. Can a cafeteria talk? No, I don't think so. But in the cafeteria, we do hear a lot of people talking. So they say the cafeteria is humming, like it's making noise, like right? Because there's so many people there just making that noise. And it's giving the characteristic of being able to hum, right? A cafeteria by itself can't hum, but it's giving that that person quality of humming. So that's how they brought the cafeteria to life. That's personification. Feet getting ready to play. Bells ringing, tell children it's time to go home. So the bells telling again with talking, that's something that humans do that bells can't do, but they use personification again to tell us, oh, the bells are ringing to tell children it's time to go home, right? So these are all the different personifications we see throughout this poem. And I know that you guys are going to be doing so awesome in writing your own poems and being able to add a little bit of personification. Maybe one, maybe two. Let's see. Good Good luck, boys and girls.